this excessive misconduct charge. What do you make of that?
There's not much I can say about it just now until it's I go to the hearing down the Hamden, which I'll be appearing myself. What I do know is that obviously Tommy Wright, I believe, has made a complaint against me, the SFA. But if anybody's watched the footage, you'll see who initiates the physical contact. And that's all I'm prepared to say about that.
Do you regret it at all?
That's all I'm prepared to say about that at all. I'm not getting into anything about what happened against St Johnstone. We're here to talk about Aberdeen.
Okay, obviously looking ahead to that game, how much of a reaction are you looking for from your players, given the
I'm very much looking forward to it, yeah. It'll be a real tough game. I went to watch Aberdeen down at Kilmarnock during the week there. Stuffy game, two sides who have been very good this season, and we expect Aberdeen just to be their usual selves under Derek. I think they've found a level of consistency to challenge at the top end of the table now for the last few years, and we know how tough it's going to be going to Pittodrie, but I think we can take a wee bit of heart from how well we performed the early part of the season up there, very early on. But what I'm looking for clearly is a huge reaction, not just a reaction, a huge one from the players, because they let themselves down, the club down, the fans down, me down. I was part of that as well, so I'm part of that team performance. That was I think an embarrassing performance at the weekend. I didn't hide any words, I didn't mince any words, I don't retract any of those. But what I will say is that from Sunday, when we had them in on Sunday to go over lots of stuff, we've had a real hard working week, and we've put a lot of things in place to put things right, and now it's up to the players now to hopefully go and do that.
You obviously like to play football, and how difficult is that going to be given the state of the pitch at Aberdeen?
Yeah, I've listened to Derek actually commenting on his own pitch, and it says a lot when it's your own manager. I don't think it's any criticism levelled at the ground staff up there. I think they'll put in an enormous amount of work, but yeah, it looks like it's not conducive to getting the ball about the floor, but I'll still encourage my players to play when it's on to play. I'll never take that away from them. But sometimes, you know, the risk element comes into it, where maybe I'll be asking my players to take risk on a nice surface at the back, but maybe due to that we won't ask them to take any undue ones.
Yeah, what went wrong last Saturday?
I just think when you look at it, the fundamentals, really. When you can look at it tactically, if you like, and it's a big part in it, but I think it was the fundamentals that it broke down within our group. I don't think we worked like we've been working this season. I think the application levels are down. I think the tempo, I think a lot of times Scottish football gets knocks from elsewhere outside our country, but there's a real honesty about it and a real work ethic about it, and I felt that on Saturday our work ethic was lower than St Johnstone's, and we weren't as aggressive maybe as St Johnstone, and I think when you don't get those fundamentals right and earn the right to play, it's the old cliche, but it really does have its place in our game up here, and that's where we fell flat. Along with the technical side of our game wasn't at best either.
You said Tommy's made a complaint against you. Do you know what that's about?
I think it's he's put in contact on Big Xander, and as I said there, all I'm prepared to say is I think if you look at the footage, you can see where the physical contact was initiated from.
But you saying you didn't make contact?
Look, I'm not going any further into it, Scoop. I've told you what I'm saying, and then I'll go to my hearing. I'll represent myself, and I'll give my version of events there.
Paul was talking about the style of football you like to play, and he says it's great that you're trying to do that. Sometimes though, you have to mix it up.
Yeah, I think that goes back to the questions that have already been asked there, and you have to respect your opposition. I think you have to respect the conditions as well, but I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to stop telling my boys to play football. It's what we've worked on all pre-season, all season, July, and I'm not going to do it. What I will say is, as a coach, I'll look at games where it hasn't worked, or maybe we've brought ourselves under that undue pressure. We look at the conditions, and I won't ask him to do something that's going to bring us undue pressure. I think you have to look at the risk involved. But if it's on to play, 100% play football. It's where we want to go as a team. And I think so often this season we have played exceptional football, and maybe just not put the gloss on a performance where we've got the goals. We'll maybe coughed up a cheap one. And unfortunately, that's the most frustrating part about being a manager. You have to balance it. And I have looked at it this week, and we've had a real strong week, and I've been very focused in terms of where we want to go this weekend. Going to Aberdeen, I had my team in my mind, I had how we wanted to play in my mind early on, so we had a good week.
Winning games though at this time of the season is, to be honest, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, you get your business end of the season, no matter if you're up at the top or down at the bottom, or you're challenging for top 6 through the middle. I think all the games have an importance in their own merits, and we always want to win games of football from the first kick-off, first whistle of the season. We're find ourselves in a position now where we go into a real difficult period of matches. 3 of those are away from home. But as I said, I think we can take great heart on the performances, particularly at Pataudry early on in the season, as I've touched on there. But listen, we've got a lot of making up to do, myself included, to everyone connected with this club. And we'll be looking forward to go and do that tomorrow against a really good Aberdeen side.
Is it a similar position to when you came in last year?
No, in my opinion, no. That's for other people to. But no, I think you look at the points. There won't be too much difference. But you look at. I think I took over this job. There was 7 defeats in a row. I think I look at the team that I have at my disposal, and I look at the amount of points, and it's all hypothetical. And it's all ifs and buts and maybes and whatever. But I look at the amount of points that we've actually thrown away this season has been incredible, and I'm not talking about loads. Like kidding myself on. It's actual real opportunities to go and strangle a game, and we've not done it. So I balance that out with the point situation and how we've played, but equally we're in a position where we have to now recognise where we are, and I do recognise that. I've never been ignorant to the fact that what's underneath, but I still have full belief in this team, and we've shown it throughout this season that we're absolutely good enough to go toe to toe with teams, the best teams in the league, and perform well. But we have to be our best.
Are you saying that the team and the club are in a better place now than where they were?
No, I've answered your question. The initial question was it the same as last season, and I said no. Points you can maybe argue yes, but not in my mind to where I come in and where I am now.
But are the club in a better position now than when you came in?
Well, what are you talking about? Playing or financially or
Everything across the board.
Well,
in a playing sense.
Well, in a playing sense, I think we're in a better position. Yeah, I think we are. But it's everything else. We're still down towards the same positions we were last season, physically within the group or within the table. But I think we've made big strides this season in what we're doing. I think the club off the pitch are making big strides forward. But at the end of the day, I have to get results, and I'm not ignorant to the fact that I'm not shirking my responsibility as a manager of this club. I never will. I'll go and do my job, and I'll work as hard as anyone to try and make that happen.
You've been in the game a long time, Neil. You know what happens if you don't get results.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I don't fear for it. I've said to you there about a style of football. I said to you about my trust in the group, and they have to then stand up for themselves as individually and say, are they giving, are they emptying on the pitch? And I said it to them inside. If they empty on the pitch for me, I'm emptying during the week. I think I'm doing all I can to prepare them. And as a group, if we do that together, I know I've got full belief that we'll get results. I've got the same belief as I stood at the start there when I took the job, facing that direction to you. I've got a belief here that we're good enough to get results, but we have to pull it together.
What about your squad then this week?
We're
back, obviously.
Paul and Glenn are back, which are a big boost to us. It was really unfortunate last week that Lewis, who's been another mainstay around about squad before his injury, we lost him after 15 minutes. So he's going to be out for the weekend. But having Glenn and Paul back, who've been mainstays in the middle of the pitch and been quite influential in how we play, is pleasing for us.
Do you see the run that you're about to embark on, Neil, as being a test of mental strength and character?
It's always a strength, a test of that. And we've got a young group, we've got lots of young players within it. And I think you're always looking for them to improve physically, improve as a footballer, but you want to improve them mentally as well. And they have to gain the strength from being in difficult positions. That'll be good for them in their lessons of becoming a good footballer. But yeah, it'll test us mentally and it'll test us physically. But I trust them.
I know you won't, certainly Neil, see tomorrow as a so-called free hit because there's the pressure to get points.
It's not a free hit. I've told you this before. I've had this question asked of me. There's no free hits.
Yeah.
You don't get free hits.
Yeah.
Why should you? It's a free hit. Well, that means you just it doesn't matter if you lose. It should matter. It matters every game you lose. I just don't get where that saying comes from. Well, why should you go into a game and think that's okay to lose? No, it's not. It's no free hit. It's 3 points to win.
So basically, all you can say to your players is leave everything out on that pitch.
Absolutely.
And we'll see where it goes.
Empty yourself. Yeah. Empty yourself. And we'll get players on the bench. If you're done after a period of time, we'll freshen it up and they'll go and do that as well. And if I've got enough players doing that, if I've got everybody doing that, I've got some real good players in my team. I've got lots. In fact, it's rammed with good players. And we'll give Aberdeen a right good game.
4 games would be a challenge to any team in the league. Is it fair to say that Dundee have played probably some of the best football of the season against these 4 teams?
Yeah, I think you could say that, yeah. So, I think the players rise to the occasion. But we've lost twice to Aberdeen. Played well against them twice, we've lost twice. So it's pointless me sitting here and saying, oh, we can do this and do that. I have to win the games, just what you said there. So we're winning games. I've got to keep a team that's capable of doing it. I have to play at their maximum. And that's what I'm looking for our boys to do.